I think a lot about place. I often find myself thinking about the inseparable relationship between mind, body, and environment. So place really shows up in these layered ways in my work. I personally don't believe that you can make or be in a space and not be affected by the place that you are making and being in. There's no way to detach the work from what's happening in a socio-historical context. The idea of justice is not about things that have happened far beyond us in some distant history, but it's about what's happening now and who has access and power and resources, and how are we accountable to the ways that we have access and power and resources. Being here at the McCall Center has allowed me to expand more into materials and the way that I work with my hands. I've found this really beautiful experience in working with printmaking and pigments and finding new ways to honor and engage my body in these very traditional practices, and thinking about what is an embodied image making practice and how am I accountable to care and to justice work when I'm making a series of prints, like using my physical body or using found materials and shells and fabrics in order to create these assemblage sound sculptures that I've been working in. I very much have recognized the through line between video, photo, mark making, performance, installation. Some of the relationships that I've been exploring, especially with form and function and lens work, is really ritual and embodiment, and how my body shows up and how labor shows up across these practices. I reuse a lot of materials in my work. I try to buy as little new things as possible. Being able to acknowledge the history of a piece, like the metal bowl that my grandmother made or my grandmother's favorite picture. And what does it mean to take those things out of family homes and put them in a gallery? I'm trusting myself and knowing that my presence and my practice is the link between those things. Part of accepting this responsibility and journey as an artist has been reframing these everyday objects that I find and how I connect to them, how they connect to my history, my practices, my rituals, and understanding that this art practice is necessarily spiritual.